Hi everyone, it is time to have a go at the next picture. Oh, I don't know where my voice has gone. On this lovely free download that Rita Berman has provided us all with. Now, as I said yesterday, you have until the 15th of November to download it, and then you can keep it, obviously print it as many times as you like. It is a completely free page for us all. So thank you, Rita. Now I'm having a look at this picture and just looking at the elements before I start to colour. So we have a building, another one, we have a little van or camper, various trees. It looks like it might be raining in the sky, I'm not sure. A little house with a what looks like a cute hat on and a wheel and a bridge. Okay, where am I going to start? Well, I think I'm going to start with the trees. They're for me the easiest element in the picture. I don't know why I've picked this colour though. Oh well, I'm going to go with it. This is the May green. It's not a colour I would normally use for pine trees, but I've grabbed it. I'm just going to do it. So I like to do them a little bit darker under here, where they're sort of overlapping each other, and then a bit lighter further down. I know why I grabbed this colour, because when I see little bits of colouring that Rita's done, she doesn't do like colour along videos, but she shows bits of her colouring on her Instagram, and this is a colour she uses quite a lot. There's a sort of certain selection of Polychromos that she uses, and they're really nice. I don't know whether it's that she's just got a limited amount or whether she just picks out particular ones that she likes, but yeah, this is one, so that's why I've picked it. And it's really unusual colour for a pine tree, but as I said, I'm just decided to just go with it, and so that's what I'm doing. Just going to sharpen it because I haven't gone into all the little nooks and crannies because pencil wasn't sharp enough. So here, there we go. Yeah, it's a cute book. If you haven't looked at a flip through, I would recommend looking at one because it might be something that you want to add onto your Christmas list. As I say, it's very cute. It's not the same theme as her others. So, you know, she's done her sort of seasons books, and then she's done a sort of Africa, Asia, Europe books. But this is different. This is just, it sits on its own. I think, I might be wrong, I think that it is based on some of her jigsaw puzzles, I think. But I couldn't be entirely sure. I'm just grabbing a couple of colours for our buildings. Now, when Rita does buildings, she sometimes combines these two type of colours, and that's what I'm going to do. So this is the pompeian red. Looks brand new, this one. Nice. Sorry, I was just admiring new pencil. Yeah, because the lead was matte and now it's shiny. Now I've sharpened it. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do the sort of roofs and frames, but inside area, like the wall bit, going to put an outline of this. Like that. And then sort of scumble it in a bit and sort of fade it off towards the middle of this section. Might not do each section the same, it sort of depend like that. And then here, we'll make it darker here on the edge. Just trying to work out what that is. I think it's just, can't do much with that. We'll just colour over it like that. Oh, excuse me sniffing. It's really cold in here. I don't know why. I messaged my son who's up in his attic bedroom. Sounds like he's like some sort of Cinderella. He's not. And said, you know, I'm cold. Is it cold? He was like, no, it's really warm up here. Always warm up there though. So just try and carefully go around that window and door on that building. Just try and do all the buildings the same, because I think it looks quite nice to have them done the same. No idea what I'm doing for their roofs though, but hey ho. Get one step done at a time, I guess. There we go, and the windows and stuff as well. But there we go, just bits and bobs. This building looks a bit different. I'm going to ignore that one for now. Now, this pencil, other yellowy pencil, is the dark Naples ochre. Dark Naples ochre. I'm sharpening it. Oh, that's the wrong way up. Dark Naples ochre. I've got no idea if you can read that. I'm going to start in the bit where I didn't colour any. So there. And then blend it outwards. I don't want to go all the way to the edge. I want to leave a bit of the more intense red on the edge of our building. Just sort of blendy like that. Yeah. So starting here near the window, just going almost to the edge, like that. There we go. Like that. And then just the same on all of them. Nice and straightforward. Hopefully will look pretty cool. There we go. Still contemplating roofs though. Windows are slightly easier. Roofs, don't know. This one is like a hat. So cute. Now I can't remember, having watched the book flip through, whether this is a page from the book or not. Rita very often in her free downloads, when she does this sort of thing, she very often doesn't. She makes something new, but I just don't know. Roofs, I'm going to go for slightly torn between sanguine terracotta and sienna brown. I think I'm going to go for sienna brown. Yeah, it was a tough decision. Probably should have coloured that bit, but never mind. We'll do the sienna brown first. Burnt sienna. My goodness, I've been using too many other pencil sets. Can't remember the name of the Polychromos. That's not good, is it? Wow. I forgive myself. I think that's okay. So everyone's good today. Exciting time of year, I find. Everyone's bringing out new colouring books. So we've got Rita's here. Hannah's brought out a Halloween one. Maria Trone's got a Christmas one and a seasons one. Johanna's is about to come out. RJ Hampson has got a winter one coming out. It's just like madness. I guess it's because everyone wants their book out for, every publisher wants the books out for Christmas so that, people buy them for Christmas. I mean, RJ Hampson's book is actually a winter one. I think I'm going to try and fade these to the bottom of each of these little tiny bits. So it's a bit darker at the top there and a bit fainter towards the bottom. Yeah, but I'm sure other people have got books. I know Gabby Wolf's got something out fairly new as well. But there's always something, isn't there? I sort of vowed to finish quite a few books before buying more, but of course I had to buy Johanna's. I had to buy Hannah's Christmas book, which the English edition came out. Was it in August? July? I can't remember. Anyway, I did some sort of Christmas picture. But we'll do some more Christmas pictures in December. Maybe end of November, maybe. Not quite sure yet. Yeah, it's a bit early for me to make that sort of decision. But I love doing Christmassy things. But if I start too early, I get bored. And I want to just go back to normal stuff, if there's such a thing. Hat. What am I going to do with this hat? It's already got a black stripe drawn in it. I'm going to do this room here. I'm just going to go back to the pompeian red. Do a little bit around the edge. Yeah, I'm trying to think of that hat. What do we do with that? And then to do the yellow, the dark Naples ochre. Hat. I'm not going to do yellow. I'm going to do it red. feel like I haven't burnished this neatly enough. I'm just doing it a bit more, just while I'm thinking, procrastinating. That's better. No, it does it better, I think. Doesn't mean we don't have any just red, but it does burnish it better. There we go. Now, I'm going to do the front doors in, whoop, if I can reach it, in burnt carmine. Now, is this a door or a window? It's up to you. For my house, it's a door. But you could do it as a window and just do light shining through or reflection on the glass, whatever you might want to do. This one the same. But I'm going to sharpen this pencil and I'm going to use it for the hat roof. Ooh, it's a lot of crunching. It sort of ate a chunk out of my pencil. It's not good. Perhaps it's too full. Yeah, definitely. Right, so I'm not going to go too intense, and I'm going to try and fade it towards the middle. I'd rather have it red and white, but I don't think this pencil would show up on top of that black. So I'm just there we go, there's the hat bit. Now, I'm going to do all the windows. I want a lighter yellow, not overly light, but lighter. So I'm going to use the cadmium yellow. I've got a sharpener. I don't know if my sharpener can take any more sharpenings. So cadmium yellow for our windows. This one's got curtains, so we need to just not colour in those. There we go. Now, curtains. Oh, excuse me. And doorstep here. I think I'm going to do the doorstep in the burnt sienna. So it matches. Curtains. I'm going to do a really light layer of burnt sienna. Oh, apparently I'm really bad at making it light. And then I'm going to go over the top of it with the cadmium yellow. And it makes a really weird colour. There we go, it's done that. Moving swiftly on. Now here we have a balloon with a heart and a circle on it. I am going to colour the heart and the circle in the burnt carmine. And then the balloon itself in the pompeian red. There we go. Now, let's look at some of these other elements. We have a lamp here. It looks like it's got a flame in it. So I think, yeah, I might do a bit of an orangey flame. I'm just sharpening my orange. I do need to empty that sharpener. This is the light chrome yellow, dark chrome yellow. It's not really orange, but it's a nice flame colour in my opinion. And then we're going to go back to that cadmium yellow and go around there. Okay, now we might as well colour this lantern. I think that's what it is. And I'm going to use this cold grey 4. It's quite a good colour, so I'm going to try and fade it towards the middle so that we've got what looks like a little shine on it. Makes it look more like it's silver, which I rather like the idea of. A little silver lamp. There we go. Now I've got clouds. I'm ignoring the clouds and the sky. I could do the sky actually, but is it night time? All the lights are on. It's raining. What colour is a night sky? Oh. I think I will just think about that while I carry on colouring some of the details down here. See, this here looks like a bit of a mountain. I'm going to get a brownish grey, well, a warm grey. This is warm grey 4. I'm going to put it all over this mountain. Oh, there's a train going by, sounding its horn. And this little path bit in the middle, I'm just going to go over with another layer to make it look a bit darker. Now this one looks like it's got some snow on the top, so I'm just colouring the main bit. Now snow, there are loads of ways of colouring snow. You know, you can just leave it white, but because I've got white clouds, I'm going to colour this snow in a blue. This is the sky blue. What I'm going to do is draw a line just above the, so leave a gap, and then I'm going to fade this to the top like that. Maybe it looks like snow, maybe it doesn't, but there we go. That's my little effort. Now we have a bridge here and we have what looks like a wall or pavement here. So I'm going to colour all that in a very similar colour. Now I rather like, I'm thinking, is it stone? It would be stone, wouldn't it? I was reaching for the wrong colour. I think I'm going to have to go for cinnamon. So cinnamon, oops, oh, it's squiffy. Let's get this bridge done. So I'm trying to colour it with enough layers so that this is my only layer of colour. Although I might want to go over the top of those little brick shapes a little bit more. I'm going to go around this building like that and then across to this other side. Like this. Take it all the way down to where our van is. Around all the little objects on the roof rack. And in between them, so in between that handle down there and the roof rack would be see-through like that. Then I'm going to take this down this side of the tree, I think. We didn't do the tree trunk. And this bit that looks like road. We'll sort of put a bit of road in there as well, I think, like that. But I reckon this bit under here is water coming under the bridge, so I'm going to grab the cobalt green and do water from here. It's not always easy to sort of work out where the bits should begin and end, but I think that's water there. And then coming down and around here. Now I'm not doing any behind our wheel. I don't know what that is, whether it's just like the London Eye or something, or whether there's something else to it, but that's how I'm going to imagine it. But I'm going to draw it as if it's not see-through, colour it as if it's not see-through. Drawing it would be clever. Not my thing. Leave the drawing to Rita. I'm wondering whether there might be some postcards for this book, because Rita usually does postcards as well. that they usually come out a little bit after. But actually, there's usually postcards for Johanna's books as well. I'm going to make that quite dark down here in the bottom and then fade it up so we do have a sort of white foam like that. And then colour in that as if it's a water droplet and that. I don't know what it is. Now, let's get that tree trunk done before I forget, because that could be a bit embarrassing. So this is the Van Dyke brown. Doesn't really matter, I don't think, what brown was used. But Van Dyke is quite a good one for a nice deep colour. Okay, I'm going to do this wheel because I've had an idea of what to do for that. I think I'm just going to do it in greys. So I'm going to use the cold grey 4. And I'm going to do these pieces as if they're just sort of metal legs. I can try and do them a little bit darker on the edges. And then this bit, I want to just do it lightly. There we go. There. Now this to me looks like a bandstand. I think I will do it in the colours that I did the buildings in though. So I want the pompeian red. That roof, yeah. So just going to do that and sort of fade the pompeian red towards the middle. Same in here, I think I might just sort of put it in the middle like that. A bit more on the edge of each bit. There we go. And then grab the dark Naples ochre and finish it off, putting some of this over all of it. I mean, you might want to do your wheel with this colour too, but I feel like it's a bit more industrial rather than building-y, so it needs to look a bit different, but I might just be very wrong. And then the burnt sienna for our roof. There's quite a lot of red in this colour, so, or orange I suppose. And then a little heart in the burnt carmine. There we go. Now we've just got our little vehicle to do. And then we can deal with the sky. I'll have to just think, make up my mind. These are often like orange and white or yellow and white, this bit being white. What should we do? Let's do an interesting green colour. This is the light phthalo green. I'm going to do it in this colour. I think it's a feasible colour for this sort of camper. I like the hubcaps to match. And then the top bit as well. Now I don't like the main bit being white because it looks like I've just forgotten to colour it. So I'm going to do it in ivory. So here's my ivory. It will, at least until I colour the windows, look like there's a colour there. Now I'm going to use that cold grey 4 that we used before for the windows. I'm just going to put a few slanty stripes across to make it look like the light's catching it. Same as with the lights, I'm not putting them on. The tyres I'm going to do quite a lot darker. I could do them in black, but I think grey is perfectly acceptable, like that. Now, I haven't coloured this bit. I need to, with the cinnamon, inside the handle of the basket needs colouring, and then we can colour in the basket, which I think would be, have I used that colour? No. A sort of browny yellow. So this is the brown ochre I'm going to use for the basket. There we go. And then we have a case and a bag. I think I use a darker blue for the bag. This one, the helio turquoise. Wow, it's a case, is it? I don't know, you could do that as two separate items, but I think it's sort of like a closed case, it looks like to me. Now this looks like a sort of posh overnight bag, leather, you know, this sort of thing. Nice bag. I was going to buy my husband one once, but they were so expensive. This is a bistre I'm going to use for this bag. I thought he would just look really nice with his overnight stuff. The problem is that when he packs a bag, he packs so much. Okay, there's a little clasp, and I'm just going to use this cold grey 4 again to just make it look a bit silvery. Now the sky colour, I've decided I'm going to use the light phthalo blue for that sky. So I'm going to go carefully around the clouds. I may colour the clouds, but I don't want them the same colour as the sky. I'm going to colour over these circles because I will put them back in. And these bits, all these bits on top of the building. I'm going to get some pens out, like I did yesterday, some metallics, and colour these in. And I'm going to colour the stars in with metallic pen as well. So it doesn't matter if I colour over them, because I will be picking them back out with a metallic gel pen. Same as the moon. Probably won't colour over the moon because I can colour around it without it looking too messy. But if I'm colouring around stars and circles, it's quite difficult. But this one, that one's okay. Now, I didn't know whether this should be more of a night sky, but I don't know. I quite like a blue. It looks a bit more inviting, perhaps. It doesn't matter that they've all got their lights on, just because it's a blue sky. Okay, now I feel that... Oops, something's come through the letterbox. I feel that that cloud ends there and we've got a bit of blue sky down there as well. And I'm thinking maybe here. You don't have to do this one if you disagree, but I'm wondering if the clouds are just above the mountain level, like that. Okay, let's grab some pens. They're actually right here on my desk. Now I'm going to grab the silver first. These are my Sakura metallics. Silver is 553. I'm going to do the moon. I wonder what that was through the door. Postman came ages ago, and we had a letter from our local council yesterday. So I can't think what it could be, unless it's a it's probably a takeaway leaflet or something. Oh dear, anyone's guess. I'm trying to get my gold pen out the case, but it doesn't want to come out. So the gold is 551. I'm going to use this for all the stars, as you might guess. Luckily I have a spare. My gold and silver are the ones I always use the most, and I've got some spare golds and silvers, not even just these pens but in other brands and things. So when I'm next door colouring, I can grab any old brand, whereas when I'm doing it with you guys, I like to know what the brand is so that you can I can tell you, because you might want to know. Now we've got the circles as well. I'm going to do those in a different colour, why not? We did different colours yesterday. 554. I think that's a dot there. Sorry, lots of concentration and not much talking. I don't know if this is supposed to be snow, because I've just noticed there's some dots on the mountain. Got no idea. I'm going to do those dots on the mountain in silver. I just feel like they need to be silver, and I don't know why. There we go. Now the top of this building, I feel like that needs to be that needs to show up a little, so I'm going to use the number 517. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not putting my hand down in any wet pen. That's why I was a bit reluctant to start with. There we go. Gosh, this is fiddly. Especially as my hand's in an awkward position, just to make sure I don't go smudge. It's also a good idea to work from top down. But never mind. There we go. That's, yeah. Now this tree has circles on it. I'm going to mark them out in a green. 5 to 6. I suspect they're supposed to be snow or something, but they're green. So there we go. Nobody knows what they are. The only thing I didn't do that I said I was going to do was to mark out these bricks on this bridge, and I can do that with the yeah, this one with the pompeian red. I'll just go over them. Like that, and this sort of arch. There we go. Now I'm just checking to make sure everything's done, because it's one of these pictures with so many details, it's not always easy to see whether you've completed it all, but I think I have. You could do the edges of the clouds in silver as well if you wanted. I'm quite happy leaving them with the black line around, just so you can sort of see what's going on, really. Yeah, so that's the second picture on our lovely page. We've got a cute little mouse tomorrow, and then a selection of deliciousness for the day after. Well, we've got a kettle and a cup of tea, a pie, I would think, a cake, cookies, coffee pot, and a candle, and a mixing bowl with a mushroom in it. Nice. So that's for the last day, but the mouse is looks like it's serving some food, so that's fun. Anyways, I'm going to finish for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy colouring.